Welcome back to the Out of Here podcast. The Giants have been very bad lately, and I think it's going to be one of our shorter episodes. But we're going to talk about what has gone down in the last week or so, including the Giants' record. What do you have to say about this, Alex?
Well, if I had one thing to blame for this kind of stretch of losing the last 11 out of 14, it's probably been their defense has hurt them the most. And it's just, it's so weird to see bad defense from this team, to be honest, coming from last season.
It's interesting. They have had very poor defense. I agree. I think everyone would agree with that. I don't think that's been their biggest problem, though. I think that's like one of the things. It's crazy. It's really every single part of their game has been bad lately. Like their offense has kind of gone to hell, and then whenever they actually do get a decent performance of their offense, their starters are like imploding, and their relievers can't hold on to leads at all. Not that there's been that many to hold on to lately. And like you said, the defense pretty poor, really poor, honestly. And then the game is going on right now, the Giants and the Diamondbacks. I kind of have it on in the background. And in the first inning, Austin Slater got doubled up on first from a fly ball that he just I don't know what he was doing. So it's everything. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, the team is just not putting it all together. They haven't really put it all together all season. And yeah, I don't know.
I think the one good thing that's come these past week or so, we're finally seeing some new faces and some younger guys being called up. David Villar, I think, is the big one.
Yeah, I was excited to see that they called him up. I wasn't exactly expecting them to actually call him up so soon, but I'm happy that they did so. And he had a pretty good debut yesterday, so that's good to see.
Yep, very good. And so far tonight, he has had one plate appearance and he walked, which is very good. And then, we're seeing Yermin Mercedes. I don't know if he's going to stick, but he's kind of an exciting player. Maybe not the greatest, but we know he goes on hot streaks, so he's one of those.
I mean, I hadn't really seen much of him before, but if he can hit lefties well, then I welcome him because the team has sort of struggled with that for this season. So hopefully he can contribute.
We can pull up their batting splits. I want to see how well they're hitting lefties versus righties this year. It's really identical. They're hitting off of lefties, their OPS, it's 714, and righties, it's 718. So not too much of a difference. But Yermin Mercedes has been there. Joey Bart is getting called back up. Apparently he has worked on his swing, changed it a bit, really broken it down, and apparently he's had good results with the River Cats. He hasn't played there very much. He's only played in it's like 7 games, but he's striking out a heck of a lot less, and his OPS is 748, which, while not great for AAA, that's a heck of a lot better than 596 we were getting from him in MLB. So, with Casali out, we're going to need him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they wanted to bring him back this soon, obviously, but hopefully these adjustments that he's made will really impact him at the major league level, because AAA to major league pitching can be quite different. So,
all right, I want to propose a question to you and see what you think. Let's say we fast forward. Let's see what the exact day is. Yeah, 1 second. We fast forward to August 1st or August 2nd, excuse me, about a month from now. That's the trade deadline. And let's say the Giants basically play 500 ball until then. So they enter the trade deadline 2 games over 500. Are you buyers, sellers, or nothing if you are Farhan Saidi in the front office?
2 games over 500 is very tough, but the age of the roster currently, I feel like they would be buyers. Because, I mean, if you're above 500, even though it's very small margin, I don't know, I feel like you should just go for it. But you have so many good prospects that are waiting in the wings. Like, I feel like, I don't know, it could really go either way, but I would say they would be buyers.
Yeah, it's tricky because on the one hand, you have the extra playoff spot this year. So it's totally feasible that like an 86 win team makes the playoffs. So the Giants, even with their really mediocre record right now, if you add another good player on top of that, they could easily get there and sneak in. Problem is, would you rather have an 86 win Giants team sneak into the playoffs right now,
No.
or wait and then have, you know, juggernaut teams with
Yeah,
all
I
these
wouldn't.
prospects?
I wouldn't want a team to sneak into the playoffs and just lose in the division series if they make it that far. You know, I would rather if you just cut your losses, gain a few prospects, and get ready for the next season. But I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't do that to the older guys on the team. You know.
Yeah. My only hesitation there is that the Giants in the past, when they've squeaked into the playoffs,
They
at least in the last
they
10
make it.
years, they win World Series. You
Yeah.
know? So, but obviously totally different teams from then. Like Crawford and Belt, the only guys still around. It's not like they were the ones really carrying the team back then either. So, but I think it just goes to show that baseball, very similar to hockey, I think, in respect to the fact that your record matters quite a bit less than other sports when it comes to the playoffs. Like basketball, if you squeak in as an 8 seed, like who the hell cares? You're not doing anything. But in baseball, wild card teams go to the World Series all the time and win it sometimes. So
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
But bottom line, I think it's a tough call. I'm glad I'm not having to make the decisions because
Yeah.
fan base is going to bite your head off, no matter what. But yeah, I don't know. I'm inclined to lean toward what you're saying, where it's just, if we make the playoffs this year, cool. If we don't, whatever. If we have prospects, they'll be good. Let's just wait for them.
Yeah, I don't know if I would really want to give up prospects to just squeak in, you know?
Mhm.
I feel like that would be kind of a waste. If they could do it with the roster they have now, then fine. You didn't lose anything, you didn't gain anything. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't want to give up prospects just to barely make it.
I think that's where I'm at too. Just wait and see. Okay, but another hypothetical. Say you have to make an addition. Where would you look to make it? What part of the team?
You got to think we just go out for the rest of the year. Even though Junis is coming back, they got to add some pitching depth.
Mm-hmm.
But also like they're. I mean, it feels like there's holes on every part of the team, but having pitching depth would really help.
Yeah. I think I disagree with you there. I think in theory, at least, we have 5 quality enough starters.
Yeah.
Webb, Rodon, Wood, Cobb, and I guess Junis, or Sam Long potentially if you need to start him. It's not great, but I think trading for a starting pitcher, it's really, really risky because they usually command a lot for a good one, and like who the hell knows what you're really going to get unless it's like Max Scherzer or someone like really good. So I would probably look elsewhere. I probably also wouldn't look for. I would look for a reliever, I guess, if the price was right. If you could get like a really, because I think you just kind of have to roll with Doval as your closer.
Yeah, I mean he obviously hasn't been as good as last season, but he's been okay, decent. Like had some rough patches, but had good appearances as well.
A 2.88 ERA for your closer is not elite, but I mean that's good enough.
And he's still very young, so.
Yep. And then Brevia and Leon have still been very good this year. Harley and Garcia has been money. McGee kind of figuring it out. So really, I mean, I think our bullpen can be. I know there's been like a lot of blown leads and everything lately, but I would be inclined to not touch our bullpen. I would just look for a quality bat somewhere because I think that's the biggest part of our game that's lacking overall.
Do you know of any names really, or not?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to look it up.
Yeah.
Let me look and see.
Like you got to look at some bad teams with some older guys.
Yeah, see who's like not under contracts for very much longer. So the number one, I'm looking at just like a CBS Sports article. The number one is David Bednar on the Pirates, which makes sense. Like insanely good
Yeah, he would
closer.
be a nice reliever to get, but he might. I don't know.
He's going to cost a fortune. That's the
Yeah.
only thing, right? Josh Bell on the Nationals looks like is another one because he's a first baseman, which is we're a little crowded at first, so I don't know. But it's not like anyone's really been that good at first either. But yeah, he's been really good this year. 913 OPS on a really bad Nationals team. And he is only signed through the end of this year. So probably wouldn't be as expensive. Looks like Andrew Benintendi on the Royals is another one. Let me see how he's been doing. Andrew Benintendi. Yeah, also been pretty good. He's hitting over 300, 780 OPS. He's an outfielder. Again, probably like the part of our team that's best right now from an offensive perspective is our outfield. So I don't know. Maybe not him, but yeah.
Do you think they should look for like a better catcher, or do you think Wins and Bart could hold down the fort for now?
Got to see how Bart does.
Yeah.
Once he comes back. Well, who's the guy? I can't remember. Like Cubs catcher.
Contreras?
Yeah, Contreras. He's totally on the block from what I've heard. Because yeah, he's be crazy. His OPS plus is 147 this year.
Yeah, he's having a really good season actually.
So he's gonna be I can't even imagine. Teams are gonna pay a ton for him, I'm guessing. And he's like a very good defensive catcher too. So
Yeah, looking at this Cubs lineup, it actually doesn't look half bad from the starting guys,
Yeah, I mean their offense isn't bad. It's their pitching. I think it's
Yeah.
really been their issue. Like Kyle Hendricks isn't what he used to be, and I don't know. But yeah, I think if the Giants kind of start to put it together, but they're still lacking from the catching spot, then it makes sense to go after Contreras. But if we're doing what we said, where it's like you have to make a trade, try and push them a little bit higher, I would look elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's about all I got. If there's any other guys you want to rag on or highlight how well they've done or anything,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's like it's been tough to see him struggle for so long. Like
yeah.
he started out so hot, and now it's just kind of just gone back down a lot.
It's been tough. I really thought he was going to have like a not a breakout year, because he's already kind of had that.
Like a return back to that.
Back to 2019, 2020 for him.
Yeah.
And it's been, he's like a slightly above average, but his defense is really good.
No, like we need him out there because his defense is solid, and
yeah,
that's not been the case for most of the guys this season.
Yep. Dude, one guy I'm really struggling with is Brandon Belt. Like,
yeah,
I cannot believe how much he's regressed year to year. I know he's been injured, but holy cow, he has been really bad this year. 687 OPS. And for comparison, last year he was 975, and the year before that, 1015. And he has fallen off a cliff and is having his worst ever season right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say about it besides like I'm glad they didn't give him a big contract.
Yeah, they picked up his option or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna try to sign him if this continues, or just let him go.
Maybe sign him for cheaper. Maybe he's lowered his cost because of this season so far.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's doing like the inverse of a contract year, where he's taking it easy, help the Giants payroll. Yeah, both of the Brandons have been pretty disappointing this year. Yeah, I mean that's about all I got. Just they gotta figure it out against the Diamondbacks right now. It's top of the fourth, 0-0. They lost the first game yesterday, pretty badly. been hard to watch, man. Like I tend to like I'm watching like parts of these games and then it just gets ugly and it's like forget it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little hard to get excited about the lineup they're putting out there, but I do like seeing some of the younger guys starting to make their way into the lineups. So that is at least something more interesting to see.
Yeah, it's part of why I'm tuning in is to watch VR, and he's
Mhm.
he's been living up so far. It's been pretty cool. All right, well, that's all I got. You got anything else?
Um, I don't think so. I think it's just gotta hope they can turn it around.
Hope so. And if not, they got prospects. They'll be
Yeah.
coming. Just wait it out.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. We will be back again and hopefully some more interesting news to talk about other than just the sad disappointment of this year. But until next time, this one is over.